Alrighty, guys. Good evening. Welcome in. How's everyone doing today? Daito, congrats on first. Enjoy the points. Kaizen, welcome in. Afraid of what fixing my PS4 might do to me. What's up? Just playing a lot now. Doodles, welcome in as well. Watched Thor: Love and Thunder for the first time today since I'm finally continuing down the timeline. Apparently, it's a hot take that I actually enjoyed it. I think it was enjoyable. I just think there were some things about the. Oop, hey, hello. And for the Redeem Sparkle, welcome in. But no, I think most people would agree that like portions of it were enjoyable. I think there were some parts that maybe they had issues with to varying degrees depending on the person. Suzushi, welcome in. How's the concert? We'll talk about that. Welcome in. And then thank you for the shout out, Kaizen. Let's see. My issue is it's weird to be depressed. Let me switch over to the game here. And then insert a bunch of jokes then next. Yeah, again, there's the I guess the dichotomy of that. It just kind of or it just doesn't really fit. And two, I thought the story was also very rushed for given the material you're dealing with. I feel like the story was very rushed in that regard. But you can like whatever you like. Honestly, it's cool that you find enjoyment where I struggled. Okay, so the only thing in the MCU that I absolutely disliked, was Secret Invasion. Actually, I was seeing a lot of posts today where people were like, "Oh, I finally saw the Marvels, and I actually really liked it." Yada yada. I don't see why people were complaining so much. And then it was nice to see a lot of the comments. They were like, "Oh no, it was a fun movie. It's just that they gave their reasons as to why they at least it seemed like the fandom didn't like it." But it was refreshing to see a lot of people in the comments say they enjoyed it. Now, do I feel like the Marvels was like the most significant story in the MCU like timeline? No, but I had fun with it. Let's see here. Welcome in, Sparkle. There were times I felt like an absolute fever dream, but I kept laughing. No, there are parts where it's a very funny movie. Check our chair. Let's take a look here. Bum, bum. By the way, did you show Kaizen your Stitch sketch? Oh, that's nice. Like a Happy Mother's Day sketch. I enjoyed that. That's cool. Yeah, Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Hi paparazzi. Welcome in, Daito. So I saw Sony is done bringing games to Steam. So I looked into what games now won't leave the console. A few more games to get. Oh, okay. I'm trying not to go above 8, but now I'm at 12. Get DLC as well. Did you see? I did see. Congrats, Bowshock. Did you already get it or not yet? Hey, and welcome in. About a Trig final review the day before it was due. Well, it's better before than after. Let me see. I think Ragnarok is still your favorite. Love and Thunder is probably tied with the first Thor movie for your second favorite. Okay. Yeah, no, I enjoyed the movie. Was it like the perfect Thor movie for me? No. But I enjoyed it. Like I said, there's only one MCU project so far, at least that I've seen, that I absolutely disliked. And I gave it a shot, but Secret Invasion, there's just too many things that just, no. Persona dancing games, DLC is apparently like 200 for all of it, so I'm going to pick and choose. Okay. Or you just spread it out over time. Didn't Kaizen see the Stitch drawing? I'm not sure. I'm gonna get it tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, I know you've been excited for that. Secret Invasion was horrible. I tried to give it a chance. I tried to give everything in the MCU a fair shot, but that was the only thing that I was like, this is like a hard no for me. And I did watch it all, yes, so I can make you guys as me. That'll be fun. All right, we're gonna dive in, guys. We're probably just doing dailies. I am waiting to see if we get a fake calendar, because we didn't yesterday, which is weird because yesterday was the last thing we had on the calendar updates for stuff. So I was like, what's happening today? But yeah, so to answer Suzushi's question, I was at the Square Enix, the Music of Square Enix concert today, and no, it was good. I will say this though. It's hard to watch things like a symphony concert. Dragon, welcome in. How are you doing today? I was just mentioning how I went to the Music of Square Enix concert today, and it's hard as a professional musician and professional performing musician to go to anything like a symphony concert or whatever and not kind of like evaluate their performance in a very critical way. I mean, that's not like I'm trying to find things wrong with it, but it's like it's hard to watch and something like that and not see things that I'm like, oh, I paid $100 for this. That being said, Square Enix music is top tier. So the source material, fantastic. The arrangements, fantastic. It wasn't the CSO, so I mean I knew that I had I tried to have that expectation tempered. It's still a professional group of musicians though, so I feel like again they should know their craft. So I do question like, okay, if this is what the performance was, did they have ample time to practice and rehearse? Because a lot of times these concerts, especially if it was if they book the orchestra that was local instead of like touring around, sometimes they come into town, like the people who run the concert, they come into town, they rent the orchestra for like one rehearsal, and then it's like, hey, it's go time. So sometimes I wonder if they got sufficient rehearsal time, or if they got their music ahead of time enough that they were able to rehearse it on their own before the group rehearsal. Was it near music or mainly Final Fantasy? I can go through the program here in a second. Shelf will hold 16 PS4 games, so I can hit 12, but it means PS4 gets its own shelf. So I probably will combine PS2 and GameCube and Wii U into one shelf, since those are all the same size cases of each other. That's a good point, yeah. Also started Infinity War. I felt so bad because I was laughing because I could not stop thinking about a reel I saw. But yeah, how's it going, Dragon? Yeah, I'll show you guys some of the stuff I got real quick. Actually, I'm gonna switch to the Faye screen just so you guys can see it better. So hello. Let me move my controller onto this side. So I'm gonna move this one out of the way. All right, so some of the merch I got, and then we'll talk about the program because it's in the program. I picked up this shirt. I mean, there's obviously a bunch of stuff that I could get, but a lot of the stuff that's sold, like as merch-wise, there's a lot of stuff sold where it's like I can get that anywhere and usually for cheaper. So I focused on a lot of the concert exclusive stuff. So I got this Music of Square Enix shirt, which would have been nicer if the picture frames actually had like artwork of the games that were featured in the concert, like the video had, because the video had like pictures of each of the games in the frames as they zoomed in on it for each performance piece. But it's a t-shirt. And then like, where do I put this right now? And then I did pick up some things that I can get anywhere. But I searched before buying these, and I was like, oh, this is basically sold out everywhere. So picked up the Nier Automata soundtrack. So it's it seems like it's a 2-disc, maybe 3-disc, I don't know. But yeah, I picked up the Nier Automata soundtrack. They also had a 2B plush. I was debating that. I also just debated on the Nier Replicant soundtrack because that one was also one that was hard to find online. But I was like, I'm gonna focus on one thing. I'm not gonna overdo it today. Nier's amazing music. All right, and then the last thing I bought as a little a merch souvenir kind of thing was the program booklet. Now, this program is not like specific to this particular concert in terms of like, oh, here's the ensemble performing and yada yada yada. But they basically follow the same program that they perform elsewhere. It's just that, like, for example, some of for example, conductor here. They have both Arnie Roth and Eric Roth, but today it was basically just Eric Roth. Arnie Roth, you guys might recognize him if you've ever been to a Distant Worlds Music of Final Fantasy concert. So, was there A2 merch? No. I can send you a link too if you want to take a look, in case it ever comes close enough to you that you want to check out the concert, because some of the merch is exclusive to the concert. But yeah, here, for example, this program booklet has orchestra, the Tokyo Philharmonic. Yeah, this was not the Tokyo Philharmonic. No repertoire. Oh, hold on. Let's see here. But yeah, like I said, they did go through the same program that was in this booklet. So this is not necessarily the same order, but these are all the things that were performed during today's program. So for example, I'm going to go through this by series, not necessarily the order they performed them. From Final Fantasy, they performed One Winged Angel, Battle and Victory theme melody. That was from a bunch of games. Away, Xanarkand, and let's see here. Which one's this one? Logo and title back, opening and precipitous combat. I'm not sure which game that one's from, but it's actually let me see if because they have a separate section here where they go through it game by game, and they're like, oh, here are the featured music from the performance. Oh, here. Okay. Battle and Victory theme medley from Final Fantasy series. One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII. Away from Final Fantasy 16. Xanarkand from Final Fantasy X. Logo and title back from Final Fantasy Tactics. And then Precipitous Combat also from Final Fantasy Tactics. Here and Now, Final Battle Medley from Romancing Saga 1 through 3. And Encounter with the Seven Heroes from Romancing Saga 2. Meridian Dance from Secret of Mana. Meridian Child from Trials of Mana. My amount of Final Fantasies there are now. I mean, in terms of like numbered entries, 16, but there's a lot of like other stuff like tactics and other side games and stuff. How is this pronounced? Live Alive? I can't remember. They said it during the concert. I was like, I need to make a note of that. But from Live Alive, Megalomania. Chrono Trigger, Wind Scene, Frog's Theme, Corridors of Time, and Shala's Theme. Soaring from Xenogears. Scars of Time from Chrono Cross. Alright, Hikari from the Kingdom Hearts series. Dearly Beloved from the Kingdom Hearts series. Vector to the Heavens from Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2. Let's see here. Kane, I think that's how you pronounce it. From Nier Replicant / Gestalt. Weight of the World from Nier Automata. And Inori Prayers from Nier Reincarnation. And then this is something that we have to make sure we let Lana Bird know because they were asking. Main theme from Octopath Traveler series. For Treasure from Octopath Traveler. And Decisive Battle 2 from Octopath Traveler. And is that it? Let me see. I think that's it. Yes, that was it. So yeah, a lot of music at this. Let me catch up with chat. We've got delayed a bit. Instead of August, it's either September or October. Okay. Oh, that reminds me. There's a Nier concert in September. Now I want to go to it. But the thing is, I think that might be the same weekend we host our own marching band competition. But I'll have to double check on that. September 5th and 6th. But I think I remember them saying something like, oh, because of the calendar, because of when Labor Day is, that might be a little bit too early. So I think that our contest might be a little bit later than usual. I'll have to double check. But yeah, they're coming back to Chicago. September 5th and 6th. They're coming to Seattle, Washington in August. Fort Worth in August. Then they're going overseas to Europe. Then back in November for Atlanta, Denver, and Los Angeles. Then Boston, Houston in December. Washington, D.C. in February. Toronto and Montreal in February. And then San Jose and then the Netherlands. So a Nier concert. Someone remind me how many. Already that. If it all goes well with my plan, I'll be moving around the same time. Ooh, I gotta move. I gotta find a bigger place. Bought some games digitally that I'm gonna have to rebuy physically later, but in my defense, I've been wanting to play the Gravity Rush games for ages, and it was cheaper to buy than digitally and then get one physically. It's actually one of the Switch games I'm selling. There you go. Just kind of lost interest in ever playing it over time. Never played the Nier series. I've only played Nier Automata. I haven't played Replicant or because it's not on Switch, and then I haven't played. Is it Reincarnation? Is that one the mobile one? Should I play the mobile one? But it takes place after all the others, right? Or no? Logged into Genshin, I have 195 resin, just in time to not waste any. Yeah, I gotta check on that. I try not to max out. You're counting the 3 games of 13 as well. No, there's a whole, yeah, there's like, in terms of numbered entries, yeah, there's 16. But like Kaizen mentioned, like 13 has 3 games in like the main series. I'm sure there's more stuff on the side. 10 has a direct sequel, 10-2. 7 has a remake. So 7, what are they all called? Remake, Rebirth, and then whatever the last one is. And then, even though like 3 and 4 were released way back on like the Super Famicom, they have 3D remakes on the DS, and then they were obviously released later on like iOS and mobile platforms and stuff like that. I know 12 has like an entire sub-series, so like there's 12, but then there's like a whole bunch of other like part of the Ivalice series, right? Is that right? I haven't played more than just the base game. And there's Tactics Advance, and a whole bunch of other stuff too. So so I call it 13 Trilogy. Nier is great. Automata was one of the best games of 2017, which was already one of the most stacked years in gaming. It was a good year. Depends how different they are. Like, think of like when the numbered series, those aren't sequels to each other. It's just like, okay, this is like a different game in the series. So if they have a sequel, for example, there's 10, but then there's Final Fantasy 10-2. With what are the 13 games? Hold on, games in the Final Fantasy 13 series. There's Final Fantasy 13. I think there's 13-2, and there's something like Lightning Returns or something. Hold on. Let's look this up just so I'm sure. How long has it existed? I think since 87, maybe 86. Okay, let me see here. Final Fantasy 13. A sequel, Final Fantasy 13-2. And then a second sequel, Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13. It concludes the story. Yeah, and then what was the whole thing with Final Fantasy 12? Yeah, 13 I think is one of the few that's actually not on Switch yet. But like no platform has like the entire trilogy in like a single release. So I'm like, hey, they should release a trilogy release of all 3 games for modern consoles. Let me see, Final Fantasy 12, because I'm curious as to the whole organization of that game. Okay, so Final Fantasy 12, yada yada. A sequel, Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wings, was released for the DS of all platforms. The original was on PS2. Sequels and re-releases. So an expanded version called the International Zodiac Job System was released. Then Revenant Wings was a sequel for the DS. Oh, there was a game called Fortress, which was meant to be a spin-off game, but that was canceled. And then the Zodiac Age is a high-definition remaster of the Japanese-only International Zodiac Job System for PS4. Okay. And that's the version we got on Switch, yeah. But yeah. And then Kaizen, which ones did you say you had of the trilogy? I think apparently it was news to you that it was a trilogy as of like what, yesterday. 10 is also a duology. Yeah, there are a lot of franchises I have played. Because I still consider Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire as 3 separate games despite similarity. Kind of games gets kind of, yeah. For Final Fantasy, it's very hard. No, these are way different games than like Pokemon Gen 3. Like the 13 trilogy is an actual trilogy. Let's see here. And Zelda and Metroid are examples. There you go. Yeah, those are good ones. Actually, to this point, I haven't finished a Metroid game. I think I own every Metroid game, and some of them more than once. I don't know if I've ever finished a game. I should probably do that. It's over 100 according to Google if you count every version and spin-offs. A long time. Though I found something good. Final Fantasy 13 games are all on Steam. There you go. No need for a 360 if I don't want to buy one. Yeah, I just want them to, because it's been so long since they came out. Like, release a like a definitive version, you know. Obviously the games were already made in HD, but like release like a definitive version for like modern consoles, like one that's optimized for modern consoles. Didn't know 13.3. Yeah, because it wasn't called 13.3, it was called Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13. It's weird. Square Enix has like the weirdest titles for some of their games. Like what the heck is Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2? Like, really? And what is with the whole like Kingdom Hearts like 1.5 or 1.8 or whatever? I'm trying to understand how these games fit together and everything. But anyway. Oh, and after I went to the concert, because like a block away from the Symphony Center is a Jollibee. And I didn't know this, but they have a Jollibee and Final Fantasy 14 collab. So this is the cup that my drink came in. The next time I'll have to, because I didn't plan on getting the collab meal. I'll have to get that next time, because you can get like stickers and an in-game emote that's exclusive and yada yada yada. So, but yeah, you can see the Moogles eating Jollibee, Chicken Joy and peach mango pie. Found out LIS Remastered changed some lighting and graphics in places, so now I also now want to get the original versions of LIS like I like on PS4. Here, let me put this all the merch here off to the side real quick, just so it doesn't get in the way. Out of curiosity, what's Jollibee's catchphrase there? Catchphrase? I don't know. Destiny, welcome in. Hope you saw the message. Oh yeah, let me read through that. I didn't want to. Let me see, because I think you wanted to see reactions to stuff. But Destiny, and remember, Destiny, you can clip stuff from the VOD too, if you really want to. Because yeah, we got through the ZZZ story yesterday. Let's see. Here's what I wanted to say. Bell and Wise. I'm not gonna read this out loud. I'm just gonna read it. Where did we learn this? I mean, it makes sense given everything up until then, but like, when did we learn this? Something like finger looking good for KFC. Yeah, that's for KFC. I don't know if Jollibee has one. I can check, but I don't know if they have one. One bonus episode that isn't available on disc for LAS. It's no longer available on PS4 shops, so it's gonna be on Switch only. Barely played Final Fantasy. I played then quit. If I were to come back, what game should I start with? I haven't played them all. But if you're asking my advice, of the ones I have played, I would suggest either Final Fantasy IV or Final Fantasy VII. Again, I haven't played very many yet. 7 if you like a more modern setting, and then 4 if you like a more like medieval fantasy kind of setting. I hear 6 is really, really good. 8 has a lot of fans as well. 9, it seems like it's pretty cool. And 10 seems like it's another big one. Not quite as big as like 7, but a lot of fans of 10. But yeah, if you're asking my recommendation of the ones I've played, I would say 7 if you like a more modern setting, and you just want to see what everyone's talking about when they talk about Cloud and Tifa and whatnot. And then 4 if you like a more medieval fantasy kind of setting. Although even then, that's not that medieval. But whatever. Those are my recommendations. If you guys in the chat have played Final Fantasy, what are your favorites? And where would you suggest starting? For me, again, 4 and 7. You have 4 of the 12 games I'll have physically already, but I have a bunch of DLC to go get. Or to get. Be spending more to get what I want. All the money I'll make from selling the rest of my 25 PS4 games I'm going to part with. Make sure you're pricing it right then, so that hopefully you get all the money that you're able to from it. All right, let's get into this game. Again, we're mostly just doing dailies today, guys, because and if we have time, we can maybe do some of the current events. But I think we'll plan out the calendar once we have a fake calendar, which I think is going to drop today. If we have time for other stuff, we'll do other stuff. But I need the calendar. Who would have thought downsizing game library would be so expensive? Well, it's because you're streamlining as well. So you're moving things from like platforms that you have to just, you know, all on, you're consolidating. Alright, Genshin's pointing out, guys, that the Where Waves Meet the Reef event is ending. So make sure you guys finish that up soon. Does anyone know if the rapid capture is fully unlocked yet? I don't think it is yet, right? Is this day like 3 or 4? There's usually like 5 days of stuff. Sometimes more. But I'm curious.
Add Astra.
186. Try to do a story for Yehoda event tonight. Is it long? No, it's not long. It's like one of the shorter events. I feel like it's one of the shorter ones. 2 more days. Okay, so we have to do it at least Tuesday or later. Again, we'll see. We should be getting a fake calendar today, so we'll try and look at that and make our stream calendar. I'm gonna try and do something, chat, where I'm gonna like plan out like a month in advance. Obviously, they're all subject to change, but we'll try planning out a month in advance so that way you guys can know what games are being streamed and when. Wasn't short for me, that's for sure. Is 4 hours realistic? I think so. I would have to double check the VODs, but I think 4 is close. I'll have to double check for sure.
Installation chamber deployed. Lockdown! Open fire! Open fire! Lockdown! Hold on to your hats. Wait. Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's fly.
It took me 6 hours for part 1 to 3, no epilogue, but I also yapped and did the mini games. Yeah, I did the mini games separately. It was like 2.5 hours for me, maybe a bit more. Yeah, again, it's not very long overall. And you've probably done part of it already just to get to the mini games, because I know you finished the mini games, or at least did enough to get the Hoda. Ooh, we got one of these things. 39. I need to do at least 2 more. Hopefully. Hopefully that's enough. We need well, at least one of these to give me 4 then.
Converge. Cleanup sequence initiated. Annihilation mode. Take me up. Open fire. Bullseye. Open fire. Knock them down. Defensive mode engaged. Everybody stand back! Ah!
Come on, 4. Damn it. I'm at 42. This might have to be 2 more battles. Gonna be so small.
Insulation chamber deployed. A moonlit night for all. Ultimatum protocol.
Aw, man.
Accelerating.
I moved out of the way.
Bullseye! Open fire! Open fire! Hold on to your hats. Flame. Let's fly. Locked on. Surge. A new rises. Cleanup sequence initiated. Annihilation mode. Let's light it up. Take me up. Open fire.
Square refused to remake in 2 Tales games. But maybe eventually you want to play a game called Radiata Stories. Oh, we only got 3 there. I need 1 more.
Flame. Insulation chamber deployed. Teamwork is strength. Let's fly. Bullseye. Open fire. Locked on. Knock them down. Surge. Defensive mode engaged. A moonlit night for all. Take me up. Open fire.
Okay, so we're good there. That's basically all resin. Chat, what's your thoughts on what Final Fantasy game to start with? Radiata. Soul 7 is a great place to start, but I can't say from experience I've never played a Final Fantasy game despite owning several. Yeah, if you a 7's a great place to start, especially if you prefer a modern setting. But yeah, for a more like medieval fantasy setting, I liked 4. I hear 6 is also really good. 10 might be interesting as well, but I haven't played that one. And 10 too. Oh wait, no, I don't need to do this. Leave.
Add Astro. Thank you for completing today's.
What is this? Oh, she reached friendship level 10. Let's go. ENF, huh? Household robot awaits your command, but Brigitte will keep her aim on you, silently urging you to choose your next words carefully. She does come equipped with a laser module, after all. You'd want it to start with 6 if it got remade, but I'm told Square said that's not happening for like 30 years at least. Yeah, but I mean, you never know. They also said for the longest time that they were not going to remake 7. Look what happened. Alright, that means I have to go and change Inefa out at the teapot.
This realm.
Oh, never mind. She's not even in the teapot list. Probably because I knew I was using her on a team. Only Final Fantasy you've played is the 14 free trial. It's coming to Switch later this year, so I might finally dive into 14. I don't think we're getting 360 before reset. We'll put it towards the next one. Now, I don't own a modern Sony console, so I just got to settle for older stuff. I mean, if they were to remake it, it's probably coming to Switch and well, we'll see what happens with Xbox, but it's probably coming to Switch too, Switch as well, or Switch 2 as well. Because at this point, the third entry in the trilogy is probably coming to the Switch 2 at the same time as the PlayStation and Xbox.
If you ever have.
Yeah, so these ones are all... Some of them are getting close. We got 4 of them at level 8. And if they reach level 10, who are the next ones going to throw in there? Probably Llama, Linnea. So these are all level 10 already. I want to start with 13 just because lightning, yeah, they do seem pretty cool. And apparently it was 13 was liked well enough that they gave it 2 sequels, so. Class starts in 10. All right, no worries. Thank you for the lurk. We're just kind of just chilling today. Again, I'm waiting for a fake calendar. And then we're going to try and announce like the next month of streams in advance. Now, obviously, it's like going to be, subject to change. But this way, you guys can know, like, hey, we're playing this game on this day this week. Oh, Light of Snezhnaya. Thank you for the redeem. We'll do Imaginarium if we have time today. We're gonna check out the other games first, and let's put in how many pulls I have at the moment. I don't have any standard pulls, do I? Actually, I probably should check if I have standard. Nope. 5 plus 29, so 34, 94, 267. Yeah, so see, Genshin's 500 trendline right now. Better get more child in Snezhnaya, and hopefully he doesn't die. Also, you guys send me a picture of your guys' Miis if you want to add you in my game. I have a good one, Suzushi. I heard a lot of bad things about 13. Consensus seemed largely negative, but maybe it's like modern Paper Mario, or devs just want to make what they want to make, no matter how much fans hate it. I doubt that. But the main thing for Square Enix making 2 sequels would be that, well, okay, each entry would have been greenlit if Square Enix felt the sales of the previous game were sufficient. They don't have to be amazing, but they have to be sufficient. So if enough people bought it and paid for it, then they would have released the sequel. And if enough people bought the sequel, then they would have made the second sequel or paid or basically funded it. And if you're hearing negative things about like the first entry, then that means people probably wouldn't have bought the second one. So there must have been enough people that liked it. So, I mean, yeah, maybe it's just the people who are saying like negative things. Maybe they're just the louder group of people. But 13.2 seems super hated, so maybe they tried to redeem 2 or 3. I mean, it might have been hated, but if they still ended up buying it before having that opinion, that means it sold enough that they were like, oh, Square Enix is like, oh, let's make a third one. So let's put it this way. Enough people liked 1 that they were interested in buying 2. And enough people bought 2 that Square Enix was interested in making 3. Exists to redeem double exposure after it was universally hated. Yeah, Square Enix doesn't do that. If it's not making money, they don't do it. Again, it doesn't have to be amazing sales, but it has to be enough to justify. Square Enix publish it, but does who's the specific developer for that? Like, you know, in Square Enix they have different studios. They've on the series most of the runtime nowadays. Which studio within Square Enix? Because like Final Fantasy and other major series like Dragon Quest, that's like the main studio. Bought it from Don't Nod and gave it to Deck 9. Okay. Yeah, so that I don't know how they handle those. Basically, the games that were essentially the IPs were purchased externally. But yeah, like things like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, those are like the in-house main studios. Alright, we're gonna come back to Genshin in a bit here. Let's get my dailies in all the games. They were involved with LIS1, but basically bought full rights to entirely own the IP following the original games. Which boss is this? I don't even remember. This team should be fine. Lucky penny I found earlier got me like that. Oh, nice. explaining it's kind of weird. No, it's always complicated when they get into that kind of stuff, like the legality of who owns what.
Stars, shine for the heroes again.
Oh, this song.
Rise and shine.
I saw an Instagram reel of the singer for this song, like recording it in the studio.
May death protect us. The way that went. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
Try to buy the game at GameStop or Target. I haven't gone to Target
Waiting to be
since
woken
before the
up by a
boycott.
shooting star. Remember me with love. May life and death sprout new buds.
I usually go to Best Buy because I have a Best Buy card, so I get more I get more rewards back, even compared to like my Apple card or my Chase card. I get more rewards at Best Buy. Ooh. GameStop near the favorite mall I go to? Nice. So wait, is there not one in the mall? It's around it. Okay. Claim. $23 plus. I think it's 11, so 34. Perfect, 130. Easy numbers. To get my Yehoda last night. Oh, congrats. Is yours C0 or C1? Don't Nod made LIS1, then Deck 9 made Before the Storm, which is a prequel. Life is Strange 2 was made by Don't Nod. Then everything else later was made by Deck 9, after Square basically took over entirely from Don't Nod, and they've had Deck 9 make everything since. Is Don't Nod owned by Square Enix? Or no? Because that's an interesting arrangement there. C0, okay. Now Deck 9 has been turned into a skeleton crew of like one dude. Are they both owned by Square Enix? Bug fixes for reunion. If it's bug fixes is not one dude. It might be like very few though. Not sure if a Switch port of reunion can ever happen, or it can even happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be the original team. There are studios that are specifically built around the premise of our job is just to port games, and even Nintendo has an in-house studio whose priority is just to port to help third parties port games to Switch. John Wynn, welcome in. How's it going? How have you been? We're waiting around for a fake calendar to drop, cause yeah, we don't know what's happening for the next month. But we're just doing our Hoyo Dailies in the meantime. I think it was a partnership because it says Don't Nod and Square parted ways. Okay, so that's interesting. That's similar to, because a lot of people don't realize this, but like Fire Emblem and Xenoblade and what are some other ones? Earthbound and Pokemon and other franchises are not owned, or at least not wholly owned, by Nintendo, and the studios that make them either are separate or are partially only owned by Nintendo, or in some cases at the time the IP was created might not have been part of Nintendo, but now they are. So stuff like that. It's weird, complicated legal stuff. Actuaries, welcome in. How was the concert? It was pretty good. I had my issues, but again, it's hard as a performing musician and a professional musician to like not like evaluate their performances on a technical and a critical level. So I had my concerns, but overall, I mean, Square Enix music is top tier, and these arrangements specifically are top tier as well. So it was very, very enjoyable. I brought home some souvenirs, a T-shirt, program, and I bought a copy of the Nier Automata soundtrack. And then a block over was Jollibee, so I swung by Jollibee before heading home. Favorite track or piece? Favorite one that they performed, let's see, I would probably say Weight of the World, but from Nier Automata. They opened with One Winged Angel, though. Not sure if they were owned, since I don't think you get to just leave if another company owns you. Depends. I'm assuming just a partnership. No, yeah, that depends on again the organization of that company. Tech9 had experience with the prequel, so that's why they were given the series following separation. Got it. But yeah, and it's oftentimes complicated, and it's oftentimes not the same in every situation. So for example, like Fire Emblem, like Intelligence Systems is not wholly owned by Nintendo, which is odd because they were the R&D department of Nintendo back in the day. The Xenoblade franchise was started when Monolith Soft was still separate from Nintendo, but then Nintendo purchased Monolith Soft. But I think the ownership of the Xenoblade IP and franchise is still under Monolith's name, for example. Pokemon, I think it's everyone. They're famously known for being owned equally between 3 different companies, Nintendo being one of them. What are the others? Game Freak and Creatures Inc. And the Pokemon company was created to essentially manage the franchise. Legal stuff is confusing. Yeah. Nobuo Uematsu was the name I couldn't remember. Just finished performing in France. Oh, the composer. Yeah, I met him a few times, and I got his picture. I can show you guys later. Because usually for like the Distant Worlds concerts, I used to go to those as press, and I would go to like the rehearsals and all that. So it'd be like basically the Square Enix execs and people from the AWR production studio, which is Arnie's production studio, which is like maybe 24 people. And then there would be like various members of the press there, and obviously, most of the Final Fantasy music was Nobuo Uematsu, so he would often be there. Sometimes they would bring in some of the other composers who did like one of the other newer games, but oftentimes I'd be like sitting like right next to or right behind Nobuo Uematsu, so I would get pictures with them at the rehearsal. Claim. I don't care what kind of team I build anymore in Genshin. Well, build the teams you like to play. That's why for me, it's always like pick who I want to play as, and then build a team around them that like at least works with them. So, for example, like 90% of the time, I'm going around with the Chaska team because not because Chaska's like my favorite character, but because she's the easiest to get around the maps for me, in my opinion. I know some of you guys like prefer other characters for exploration. I prefer using Chaska because she can fly everywhere. So because of that, in case I run into enemies, I have to put together a team that makes use of Chaska's skills, right? So it has to be swirlable skills. So that's why at the moment I'm carrying Columbina and Inefa and Bennett. Before I was carrying Farina and Yaimiko and Charlotte. But yeah, so again, it's because I like going around as Chaska. Now, if I need a bit more, if I need specific damage, I might use certain teams, like the Moika team, or now I can use the Nefer team. Or what else I got? The Binefa team, as Dragon calls it. So, also kind of cheating. I decided last night the token system is only for Switch games. You keep moving the target. Retroactively gained a token back from Life is Strange Reunion. Right, it's Sunday, so there's no real point in doing commissions anymore. We can do other people's commissions here. We have Arissa's. No one's doing mine. Alright, but we did dailies. There is this Operation Save Bootopia, which Destiny says it's one I should do on stream, so we'll figure out a specific day for that. Alright, let me see how many pulls I have. I'll claim these and use up my battery, and then we'll check. Only playing Nefer. Wait, do you have Nefer? Nefer and Chaska I don't have to really think about complex rotations, which I love about them. I do have to figure out what the rotation I need for Nefer's team is, because like with Nefer and Llama and who else I have in there? I forget. All right, let's agents are go.
This weather's perfect for a little exploring.
Level 60, let's go. And then we don't have enough. Lots of damage and no frame perfect stuff. Okay. Struggle with rotations. I mean, I'm sure for the most part it's not like crucial for the rotation to be like exact, but oftentimes if you can figure out like the most efficient way of using like a character's skill attack, for example, or their or maybe their alts does you know, attack buffs or something like that, kind of figuring out the most efficient way to utilize those will kind of help you figure out rotations. So, for example, like one of the ones that, like the first time I had to deal with rotations was for that, remember my first team, which is Raiden, Farina, Yaimiko, and Jean. So for that one, I would usually start by just activating Raiden's skill so that everything has that electro component to it. But then I would switch right away to Farina and Yaimiko. I don't remember if the order of those two specifically mattered, but I'll use those two so I can start using their skill, and so that like Farina's little friends start attacking, and then Yaimiko starts doing electro damage as well, and then I would use Jean to swirl everything together. Probably because I'm playing touchscreen. I mean. Oh, wait. When you say you struggle, do you mean you struggle with figuring out the rotation, or you struggle with, like, changing characters quickly? Just, like, physically changing characters. Oh, no. Oh, man. I'll probably just do 2 of these battles and then switch it over to Genshin. Again, shortest stream today because we started late and I'm honestly just very tired. Actually, I woke up like super early today, like, because I went to sleep around like, well, I went to bed earlier, but I fell asleep, I want to say around 3 a.m. But then when I woke up, it was only like, I want to say it was like 6:50. I'm like, what the hell? So I got maybe about, and I tried going back to sleep. I don't know if I ever actually fell back asleep, but yeah, I basically got about 4 hours. But I mean, to be fair, I did take a long nap yesterday, so I don't know if that was part of it. But I woke up really early for Sunday, guys.
More opponents.
Really? Bum bum ba da dum. No, we don't have enough. So we'll work on more on that next time. Once I have more battery power. Oh, actually, I probably have batteries, but.
Just tell me the target.
Oops, no. Wii U library will be crazy small because outside of Zelda remasters, everything decent was ported. Splatoon 1. Mario Maker 1. Alright, let's see. 7 plus 31, so 38. Devil's Third. 38 plus 40, so 78. So 104. Oh, we gained 2 pulls. We're only 5 above trendline in ZZZ, or 5 below trendline in Genshin, and we are 32 above trendline in Star Rail. It's one of those when sequels exists, but the sequel's different from the story, especially like the main story of 1 for Splatoon 1. Nah, wait, what's that? What was that about? What are we talking about? Yeah, I kind of want to pull for Evanescia, but like, I don't know if I should wait for special program. I am like 30 above trendline, so I probably am safer than I thought I would be. Mario Maker 1 is a story. I mean, it's not much, but yeah. It's basically just the premise of like why in universe we're able to create. Oh, whoa, just happened there. Okay. Should we do some Imaginarium? Ba-da-da-dum-bum. But yeah, I want to pull for Evanescia, and then a week after that we have Nicole. And a week after that we have ZZZ Phase 2, not pulling. Then a week after that we have 4.3 in Sariel. I have to be ready in case they run Yao Guang. Also owns Splatoon 1, I just don't think it's worth playing. I mean, Callie and Marie, though. Yeah, the Wii U I mostly keep around for things like Splatoon, or what else is on the shelf here? Like, I can put away Bayo 2 and Xenoblade X at this point. But I mostly keep the Wii U so that I can play Wii games and potentially stream them if I want. Like, if I wanted to stream Radiant Dawn, that's the only way I'm streaming it still. I also have some other Wii games on here. Knight's Journey of Dreams. But yeah, some of these other ones I can put away, like Okami. Like, if I really want to stream that, I'll just pick it up on Switch. Super Mario Galaxy 2 I can put away. Sin and Punishment I think is on Switch Online, right? Should I put away the Wii version of Sonic Colors? Is the Switch Ultimate version decent now? Also never bought 2 or 3 because I don't do team-based multiplayer shooters. What do you guys think about Splatoon? What is it called? The new one. It's focused on single player. Wii U's gonna be for Wii games, yeah, like Smash Brawl, Paper Mario, Endless Ocean, and stuff like that. I guess to stay. Yeah, I got some Wii stuff on here still, but like I said, Okami, Sin and Punishment, Mario Galaxy 2, Xenoblade X, Bayonetta 2. I can put that stuff away. when I get around to it. I have to get to the boxes. Tried Sonic Colors on Switch 2 recently. It's made me wonder if I'd completely imagined Sonic Colors ever being good, because the dang that was miserable. Oof. Charlotte, welcome in. How's it going? We're gonna dive into Imagine It from Theater, or attempt to. We'll see where we're at. Maybe I can figure out if I need to, you know, work on some builds before this season ends. Let's see. Like here, these characters. I mean, I have 3 of them, 4 of them, but no, we're gonna use their builds because they're gonna be better than mine. Took 2 seconds to jump after I pressed jump. I controlled like the hottest of garbage. Ooh. Should I try the Wii version then? Or at least some of it, and then try some of the Switch version to compare? Is that going to be enough to tell? Doing okay. Bought 2 new books. Ooh, that's fun. Have you started either? Lost one of the 2 Sonic games I like, and I was so sad. Aw. Scared to ever touch Mania again? I didn't really enjoy Mania. Yeah, we're gonna use their Dia. I have level 0 artifacts on her. So even though mine is C2, we're gonna use their Dia. Alright, let's see here. No, I don't have any of these. I don't have Varka, Albedo, or Zibai. Do I go for Zibai on a rerun? Maybe, possibly. Like, of these 3 I'm missing, Zibai is probably the one I might go for the most, and then maybe Varka. 3 bags full by Leonie Swan. Sheep Detect. Oh, I saw the trailer for that. Is that the one with Hugh Jackman? First to Die. Women's Murder Club series. I typically like 2D Sonic, but when I played a level of Mania at a friend's place, I kind of enjoyed it. There are some good 2D games for Sonic games. I prefer the 3D ones, but there's some good ones. Farina Skill. Let's see here. Farina Skill, Columbina Skill, Burst. A Skill and Burst. Okay. Linnea, Tap Skill repeatedly, and then Navia Burst, and then Skill. How do you like them apples? I mean, that sounds pretty solid. If I revisit and don't like it, then I'll be in a position where I don't like any Sonic game. Which ones have you played but not liked? Does Linnea heal? Her burst does. No, I haven't started either of them yet. Still less than halfway through on Her Majesty's Secret Service. 11th book, yeah. I feel like that was such a missed opportunity because, like, that's my favorite James Bond movie. But it was I forgot his name, but it was his only movie as James Bond, and I feel like because he was basically stepping into Sean Connery's shoes, that was always a lose-lose situation there. So Farina has a healer, so that works. George Lazenby, thank you. Yeah. So he was in a no-win position where all the critics were gonna be like super like hard on him, and obviously he's still new to the role and he didn't have time to grow into it. But that is such a good movie. All right, let's figure out the team we want here. Did I choose my difficulty already? Oh, no, we're not doing Visionary. What the heck? No. Visionary, what the? Don't even know which Sonic games I've tried. Most of the 2D ones blur together. Lazenby was set to do at least 7. Yeah, he was supposed to do more, but he only ended up doing 1. Wants to buy because of how good she's as a character or a unit. Mostly because of the unit. Because like if I'm gonna be doing like Lunar Crystallize, like I have a team that I can do Lunar Crystallize, but Zibai is just like far and above. Like that's why it's like I didn't plan on getting them on their first run because again the character's fine. I don't dislike them. I just don't particularly feel like I need them or anything like that. But they would be an upgrade for Lunar Crystallize, like a massive upgrade. So if I have the polls when their rerun happens, which is probably going to be early in Snezhnaya, because like I said, I do expect Columbina to rerun before the end of Noctri, and literally the next one in line for a rerun is Zibai, followed by Varka. Big fan of Freedom Planet. Did get along with them, so far as to do one of his own stunts, which is the producers advised against. I mean, these days, if Star really wants to do their own stunts, as long as they get the insurance, they're good to go. Some of them really insist on it. Final Manavia, yeah. If you're good on that team, then you don't really need Zibai. That's why I'm saying like if I have the polls when they rerun, I'll try for them. But if I don't, we're skipping them again. So, but are they one that I would like to get eventually if I can? Sure. But are they ever going to be like a big priority? No, I doubt it. I refuse to pick up Zibai. I mean, ideally, if I can eventually get all the characters in the game, that would be great. I don't see that happening anytime soon. So, but yeah, she is not a priority. Would she be good to get? Sure, absolutely. But am I going to prioritize her over other characters in Snezhnaya that maybe I might want to get? We'll see. But right now, because I am technically budgeting as if Alice is in 7.0, we might have polls. So we'll see. British press absolutely skewered. Yeah, again, it's his first run as like James Bond. Like, come on. Come on. Standard health system instead of the ring system. Again, I mean, you're talking about, you know, quality of life stuff that people realize after playing a lot of these games back in like the, you know, the 16-bit days. So. Characters are more likable. I mean, I have the benefit of having not only played the old Sonic games, but also having like watched the cartoons and read the comics. And even though they're not all canon, at least not anymore, you know, a lot of them still, aspects of the various characters' personalities are still consistent with what was in the comics and TV shows. So I had the benefit of seeing those characters developed in those forms of media. All right, let's start out by taking 3 of each element if we can. Let's also take you because apparently supporting cast or something. Actually, let's take you just for that lunar. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Some cartoons are good. I actually kind of love the Sonic Boom cartoon. It's generally pretty hilarious sometimes. Not just as Bond, His Majesty's was Lazenby's first acting role, period. But a model before then, famously appearing in adverts for the British chocolatier, no, electronics for the electronics store. Sonic movies are generally good, especially Carrie's Eggman. Yeah, and again, like a lot of that media, like the cartoons and the comics, they're not canon. And if they ever were, if any of them ever were, like some of the old cartoons, you can maybe argue were allowed to be canon at the time, but not anymore. Yeah, like none of that's considered canon anymore. But like again, even though the actual stories of the comics and the cartoons might not be canon, a lot of aspects of the characters' like personalities are still consistent with what they are in the games. So in that regard, in my eyes, I kind of see that as still counting as far as character development. So in terms of like developing that character's like personality in my mind, you know. So Technically, yes, Sonic comics are separate canon from the video games. Yeah, the comics always were. The comics, okay, and the thing, okay. For example, the Archie comics. Let's focus on that for now, just as an example. The Archie comics for Sonic, those were based off of the Sonic the Hedgehog TV cartoon. So that was a separate thing from from the games from a get-go. That being said, even though again it was largely based on the characters and stories from the ABC Saturday morning cartoon, if you guys went through the Sonic Archie comics, they have occasionally did, because they had like the main series of issues, and they had like various mini series, and then they also had these like larger 48-page specials and whatnot. A lot of those specials, they did like here's our adaptation of this game's story. Like if a new game came out, they would help cross promote it by making a 48-page special for Sonic and Knuckles, or one for or some of the other ones, Sonic Triple Trouble, or I think they made one for Sonic 3D Blast. I can go through my old bin of comic books, but like whenever they had a new game, they sort of adapted that game's story into the comic world that they had established. So they borrowed elements from it. Is it canon to the games? No, but they kind of follow their own canon. But they kind of incorporated stuff from the games into it. Sonic game I like. Racing Crossworld is pretty dope, but I'm guessing that shouldn't count. I mean, it's a racing game. Beginning with Casino Royale, 2006 movie. We don't count the 67 movie because it's a parody. Yeah. Astro, welcome in. About to go to bed, so gonna. Oh yeah. Your time zone's like way ahead of mine. So, but thank you for the lurk. Thank you for dropping in. Can we get a shout out for Astro before they get to bed? Guys, if you follow Astro, they were doing a stream today, cosplaying as Kale. So, if you want to see, and they always stream in some kind of cosplay. Usually with the game that they're playing. So today they were doing some Genshin cosplay. Sometimes they'll do some cosplay from like Star Rail, or maybe even like Nier or whatever. But thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Right now we're just kind of doing whatever. We're just kind of hanging out. We did our dailies already, and now we're gonna maybe try a round of Imaginarium Theater and see how it goes. If I need to make any adjustments to my characters' builds before the season ends. Cheat another way on the token system. Thoughts on 06? I never played 06 because it's not on a system that I have. What, a visual novel? Which one? Oh yeah, invite sworn cast. Let's see what we got. Let's see what C6s we got here, chat. Yalan. We have... Ooh, this one's got a level 100. Jubby? Jubby's got a level 100, but C2 Farina. Vivian's got a C6 Farina. What even shows up on my list? I don't even know how to set this list. It looks like you can only set 7 characters. So it's not the character, like the thing where you feature your like 12 characters, right? How do I set this? I'm not adding to Batlog, so it won't count a token. Haven't tried this season yet. Yeah, this is my first attempt. Who do you see on my list? I'll see if I can find out. Arcadia Fallen, heard some recommendations and had it in Steam Library. Learned it's on Switch when I saw it on eShop. Oh, there. Let's see if it's on sale for 70% off. 2 actors in Casino Royale parody have connections to James Bond. What's it? Initial choice for the role. Honey Rider and Dr. No. Okay. Wait, I think it's wait. Hold on, we gotta find... Let's go from the bottom up. Oh, there's Doodles. Yeah, look at the Japan Cake here. Who's Japan Cake again? Are they from our community or... Or no. They have like C6 everything. And then level 100 Zibai, level 100 Columbina, level 100 Arlecchino. Wow. I see Sparkle's on the list. They only have 3 characters here. Columbina, Kokomi, and Farina. Oh, maybe it's from your feature list that qualify. No, because then... Oh, wait, because Zibai is part of the, like, the ancient stuff. Wait, Sparkle, how do you set these? Is it just your, like, your featured characters? Because that, you can set 12 of those, but there's only 7 here. Now, I noticed that it's only taking the ones that are the elements that are for the season, like, again, Dendro, Hydro, Pyro. But then, like, certain characters that are, like, special invites, like we said, Albedo, and Zibai, and Varka, and Razor. They're probably here too. Ultimately, one can should indeed skip Casino Royale unless they're going for the completionist. I wouldn't even count it for that. Go back and click supporting cast. Oh, is that where you do it? Or like all the way here? That's where it is. Okay, that makes sense. What's mine then? Like, see, these aren't even like for the season. Other characters. I mean, no one's going to use mine anyway, because mine are not the best builds compared to some other people's, so... Well, that's good to know. No, I don't want to do Visionary. You should have got new features for smaller games. Let them link other games in that series at the bottom. Oh, nice. Kind of like how Twitch has, like, here's what the streamer plays and streams. He is in it. Okay, yeah. He does play the Shepherd. Yeah, that's what because I remember seeing the trailer when I went to see. What did I see last in theaters? Either the Mario movie or Whisper of the Heart, depending on... I don't remember which theater I was at when I saw the trailer. I've seen the trailer, though. Hoppers? No, I haven't seen Hoppers. Yeah, the most recent movies I've seen in theaters were Whisper of the Heart, IMAX, Mario Galaxy movie. What else have I seen? Oh, and then the month before that I saw Kiki's Delivery Service. I don't think it was with that one, though. Not every game has it, so it seems to be more for indie games or smaller fans. Oh, that's good then. That's good for discovery, I guess. Okay, let's see. Do I have to take my razor's no good? But then I want the buff increases.
Happy.
Hey, Eskimo Friendo. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for the resub. 22 months. And you get a sub summon. Remember, guys, anytime you sub resub, or gift subs on the channel, you get a sub summon. And when you get to 5, you can force me to summon on any banner and Fire Emblem heroes of your choosing. We are expecting a Fae calendar soon, like an update. Eskimo Friendo, how have you been? 1, 2, 3. Oops, hold on. I'm trying to count how many sub summons you have. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You have 11 at the moment. Change my supporting cast lineup? Okay, I should be able to see it then, I think. Just look through a couple games seen on indies and on Ace Attorney, which definitely isn't indie, but it's niche. Yeah, that's true. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Also, ad break. Need more ice. Okay, let's see. We'll take you and 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 you. 0. Oh wait, alternate cast. Okay, so let's see here. Let's take the I know just so we have another for lunar. Let's take you. And should really start leveling up some of these characters. Good for defense map. Okay, mine's not built, but we'll see what happens. I really should start building some of these characters more, like the ones that I don't always use. Maybe we should have just a stream where we're just doing that, or maybe a series of streams. Because obviously, if I'm gonna need materials for them, I'm not gonna have all the resin to do it in one stream. But maybe we should do that. Just like team optimization day or something. And we can do that in all 3 games. Oh yeah, because like again, since I'm not gonna have like enough resin to do that and get materials for everyone, I maybe do some in ZZZ, some in Star Rail, and some in Genshin. Hey Dorola, welcome in. How you doing today? Games from that publisher, not series. Freedom Planet links to some games I've never heard of. Okay. All right, let's give it a shot. Good. You went to see Mortal Kombat. How was it? Because again, I've heard mixed things. Like I've heard it's like fun, but like it's not like what some like diehard fans of the series were hoping out of that movie. How was Carl Urban? Because I've heard from a lot of people that he seems like a miscast for a character that fans have been waiting for on the big screen for the longest time. I loved it, and you loved Carl Urban person. Oh, nice. Okay, good. That's good to hear then. Doesn't really help because the publisher is listed as Marvelous and not Galaxy Trails. Whoops.
Just sharpen my spear.
Who chose us? Oh shoot, did I choose a supporting cast member? Wait, chat, no, did I forget to choose one? Aw, son of a... I think I missed out on a C6 supporting cast member. Oh, man. Alright, well, we'll see how far we get, and then just know that if we do it again, we can get a little further, hopefully, with a C6 supporter. This one gives us more time. Oh man, I think I forgot to choose a supporting cast member. Okay. It's really necessary. I mean, it's not necessary, but especially for someone like me who does not have a lot of these characters built, it helps. Because like it's good to take a character that maybe I have, but like maybe I don't have them built, but then someone else has them built, so it's nice. Did our big Mother's Day celebration yesterday? Well, it was nice. Oh, that's good. I mean, it was nice today too. Our companies aren't too severe. I'm probably gonna want to play games on Switch over other stuff. Oh yeah. Portability is just too nice to buy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. I have no idea if this team is going to work well, but it's Act 1, so let's see if we can at least get through that. Take characters I don't have. Yeah, that works too. Yeah, characters you don't have. I mean, for me, characters I don't have versus characters I don't have built, basically the same thing. I'm not gonna get the bonus. That's okay.
Let's get it on. West Wind, carry me.
No, why are we striking the characters? Could I go to Mother's Day dinner stuff? Good night. Have a good night, cousin, and happy Mother's Day. Yeah, like I said, we're just waiting for Fate Calendar and just doing Imaginarium Theater for now. Let's get Razor out of the way. Ooh, Mystery Cache. Oh no, we don't want that one. What's invite? Does that mean I can choose who gets to go? Out of everyone? I don't think it's really worth extra currency there. I mean, when you get one of these, you kind of need the other.
Do not be afraid, for I am with you.
It's my secret cap. I'm always wait, no, it's not it. That's angry, not afraid. Never mind. Okay, these are both 65 seconds. I do have more pyro characters at the moment. But I also don't want to use up all my pyro because I only get 2 uses for each.
May the Archon protect motion to compel. Breath of the flame. Set back. Express delivery.
Are these the only 2 enemies? Oh, that's good. So I can hopefully attack both of each hit.
God save the atom from boom. This should be fun. Incinerate. That's that. Stop here, please. Yeah. Let's stir things up. West Wind, carry me. Motion to compel. Yeah. Invisible evidence. Yeah. Coming through. Yeah. Get back. Yeah. This should be fun. Yeah.
Careful what you pick. Yeah, I try to be, especially for the harder bosses, but I try to use either the weaker units or the ones that I don't have built at all as like the early ones. Ooh. Yeah, I need more hydro. That being said, I also don't want to use them up right away. So here we have to bring out some bigger guns. We'll see if I can get it done with the Razor in the 4th spot, otherwise we are going to change it up.
Gloves off.
Be still. The devil's back. Tap, hook, check, tap, tap, check. Shadow of the past, mind to command.
Submit your soul in sacrifice.
Well,
Buckle up. Yeah.
Check, tap, tap, check, check. Target acquired. Kamisato on. Suiyu. Tap, 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 hook.
Bow before your king.
Locked on.
The dead will
was close at the end there. Alright, so we lost Razor and Dia. We now have 2 Hydro. We have 2 Dendro and 1 Pyro left. Say should have gone with Tainari. Really? I was thinking about that. You're right, yeah, I probably should have gone with Tainari if this is a defense one. Is Act 4 always defense? Any more characters?
I got a corner. Shadow of the past, mind to command. Escape. Mind the daily.
Nancy, so happy. Pure Rock, welcome in as well. How you doing today?
Good miming, echoing song. Strike a pose.
Doing some imaginary theater. Didn't say I'm doing it well, but I am trying to do some imaginary theater.
Submit your soul.
The depths beckon. Be still.
Nervous for school? What's up?
You're toast. Nice and spicy. Let the world collide.
Time for to work. For this work week to start over. I only have a few weeks left of the school year,
My mistake.
so I am waiting for everything to wrap up.
Target acquired.
Not that I get the summer break or anything like that. Like marching band.
Cascade.
Alright, we survived somehow. But it also used up Farina for 1, which I was hoping not to use them. Not this early, at least. Yeah, I work Monday to Friday as well. At least during the spring semester, it's only Monday through Friday. Sparkle says I should take Nefer. Remember, Zhangling is the only, and it's the only pyro I have left, and I only have 1 use for them left. Oh, actually, I can take 1 here.
I won't hold you back.
Ah, shoot. Should we refresh? Come on. Damn it. Ah. Oh, no, no, no. People just leave me alone. Well, that's what the reporting is supposed to do. No, come on. Really? Freaking Razor. Of all the possible choices. Oh, works as 99. He is 99, yeah. Still active. He's surprisingly healthy for his age. Won't be released till April 2027. What awaits? Yeah, he's up there, but he's surprisingly healthy for his age. I'm sure they're not gonna give him like half the movie to do. I'm sure his stuff is gonna be only the stuff that's crucial.
You poor lost land, by the frost moon of old.
That was the one I wanted to put out there.
No more lies. It all falls into place.
Forest, protect us for the everlasting folk.
Can't hide the truth. Time to come clean. Seek within. No more lies. Go claw. Ding dong, water bomb.
Leave this place. With one heart, we pray.
It all falls into place. Can't hide the truth. It all falls into place. Absurd. No more lies. Chew on this.
You poor lost lamb, by the frost moon, stay your hand.
Can't hide the truth.
Ooh.
Let's see what they're made of.
Oh, that's not good.
With one heart, we pray.
Seek within. Can't hide the truth. It all adds up.
let's see how we do here. Actually, Kirak, we were also talking about other movies that are coming out this year. Anything that you're looking forward to? I was mentioning how the movies I'd seen this year were so far Kiki's Delivery Service, Mario Galaxy, and Whisper of the Heart. And I am going to see 2 new movies next week. On the 19th, I'm seeing The Secret World of Arietti, and then on Thursday of next week, I'm seeing The Mandalorian and Grogu. Oh no, this guy? What do you mean Pyro has an advantage?
Written in the stars. Let me scribe. I'm going in. At the right hand, into the fire. Everybody stand back. Shadows of fate.
I don't think this is working, chat. He needs Pyro application to overheat him. Oh.
Let's light it up.
I don't think we're gonna beat him with this team.
Off we go.
William Shatner's also getting up there. How old is he now? I know he's old, I don't know how old. Yeah, this team's not gonna work. 96. Hydro slows it down. Shoot. I don't want to use up my Llama Nefer right now. Damn it. Dick Van Dyke is 100. Yeah, he's 100. He just turned 100 too. And there were a lot of fans were like, "Hey Lego, can you change the description because now Dick Van Dyke is not allowed to enjoy Lego because it's like age, you know, up to 90, age 99 or whatever." Oh no, I don't have enough characters. I guess I kind of have to now, right? Oh, a lot of entertainment growing up? Yeah. Night of the Museum is rolling it. Hey, Simlupa. Listen to the song all day and feel like driving at night. Wait, this song? Or are you listening to something else? You know what's crazy to drive to? If you're driving at night on like a high, like a highway, or for example, where it's like fast and like kind of driving through cars, you can see the lights and all that stuff. If you ever turn on from Empire Strikes Back, Asteroid Field, it's an amazing feeling. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Ba-da-dum. Mario Kart World, Dolphin Show. Oh, okay, that's a good one. I mean, it's no asteroid field, but you know. All right, let's see what we can do here, chat.
By the frost moon of old.
You're toast.
Can't hide the truth. It all adds up.
I'm going in. Let's light it up.
You poor lost lamb.
No more lies.
Can't
We're
hide
not
the
attacking. Come on.
The deception ends here.
No more lies. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Forest, protect us with one heart. We
Nice and spicy.
can't hide the truth.
Eat this! Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Almost land. No more lies. Can't hide the truth.
Everybody stand back!
Forest, protect us for the everlasting forest.
Nice and spicy!
The mystery unravels. It all adds up. Leave this place.
Bubba, get them!
Can't hide the truth.
Come on, come on, come on.
Seek within. No more lies.
Going in!
You poor lost lamb. With one heart, we pray.
You're toast!
Can't hide the truth.
Come on, so close. There we go. Empire Strikes Back remastered. They changed a lot of musical scores in several scenes. They did, yes. An idea I had is LEGO should have sets that they make exclusively for 100 plus people that's specially designed for those over 100. And when some popular celebrity turns 100, they send them a custom. Oh, that'd be nice. Alright, we have 3 Hydro characters left, 1 Pyro, 1 Dendro. Oh, we got audience support, nice. We're on number 7 though, right? So we might as well take those
Archon
on
reporting for battle.
Archon reporting for battle. Ooh, which one do we want? What? Oh, 60. Guess we're going with that one. We have a theater here called the JoJo Theater. They play old films. Recently, they've been playing Star Trek 2. Oh, nice! You mentioned some of your favorite, or the Rocky Picture Show. I've never been there, but I want to get tickets to see Wrath of Khan. Check it out. Yeah, I always try and check out like some of the nearby, like the really cool theaters nearby. To see at least once, just to see if it's like a cool theater to watch things in. Because I'm very picky about where I go see my movies. I have like about a handful of theaters in like the greater Chicago area that I'm willing to go to. Do they have any other cool like amenities about the theater that make it like unique, or is it just that they play old films? Because I know a lot of theaters nowadays play older films throughout the week. This theater looks more like an old school auditorium. Okay, I mean, it might be that maybe they just converted it, or renovated it, I should say. let's see why are you guys all far apart?
I'll uproot you!
Delved into destiny, decided by destiny. Pyroclastic surge! Incinerate! Grab the engines!
Bow before the abyss! Can't see?
Wrath from the sky!
Abyssal roar!
Shadows of fate!
Put it down!
Not bad.
Enshroud! Oh. Let's nip that in the bud.
Written in the stars. Let me scrub. Pyroclastic surge!
We have a lot of hydro, but I think we should be fine on pyro. Because we don't get her till the end here. They do retro films. They do only retro films, typically ones that don't cost as much for rights. So they never played recent films. Okay, yeah, I mean they have a lot of there are a lot of theaters that do that, where they specialize in doing older films. Oigo into a theater marketed itself as the world's smallest theater that you can rent out. It had 12 seats. You can go smaller. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Nahida, Nuvalette, or Arlecchino are going to make a huge difference on this last one. Well, maybe, actually, Nahida might have. Damn it, never mind. Too late. Is a special charge attacks. They generally take a while to get out. Oh, charge attacks, okay. Next 3 after he uses his skill take a lot less time. Okay. I'm trying to remember that, but if I'm not used to it, it might be a little bit hard for me to remember. See, I don't have anyone left that can make use of Columbina here.
Converge.
One with the force. I hear everything.
Wrath from the sky! Strike a pose! Let my name echo in song! Surge!
I got an achievement. What did I get the achievement for?
Can't see? Rise with the sun!
Okay, can you set your llama? Yes, I can. I don't know if she's built yet, but I will set her, and then I'll work on building her as well. So his playstyle is skill. Oh, skill burst and 3 charge attacks. Skill burst, 3 charge attacks. Is llama not set? I'll have to set it then. I thought I did. Since I'd never been, I was looking at their Facebook page, tons of pictures, and yes, they play the Rocky Horror Picture Show a lot. Nice, okay. That's a popular one too. But yeah, if you get a chance to check it out, I always try and check out like cool and unique theaters nearby me. If it's mostly just like aesthetics, I'm not, like that alone is not enough to get me to add it to my favorites list. Like I have my main go-tos for things like IMAX, if I want something that's like a proper IMAX ratio, because sometimes like AMC will say it's IMAX, it's just bigger, but it's not taller, like in terms of aspect ratio. So I have like 2 IMAX theaters that are like in my area. One's like the good one, and then I have one, sometimes 2 if I'm going to drive out a longer time. But for 4DX, I go for those. There are some theaters that I go to where they have whatchamacallit? Yeah, because I have IMAX, so I go to the Cinemark for IMAX. I can go to the Regal. That Regal I go to mostly for 4DX. There's a Margus near me that's oftentimes they'll do things that other theaters might not do. Like, for example, I usually go there for Ghibli Fest. Other theater chains have started doing Ghibli Fest, but only Marcus, I've noticed, does like a bundle for like a whole year. Oh, you're right, I didn't set the llama. Confirm, let's see, Combina, Nefer, Llama, Nahida, Bennett, Farina, and Moika. Alright. I barely made it through some of those, yeah. So again, I'll try and see if I can build some of those up. But yeah, Llama is now set. No, 620, let's go. Once I get it, me and my Hilda plushie will play. Oh, nice, the Tamagotchi life. If you could see any movie in theaters again, what would it be? Or any movie or something you hadn't seen? Are we talking like just to see any movie in theaters again, like have it return to theaters, or are you talking about like see it for the first time again? Because like the experience that certain movies give you the first time watching it, there are some really, really good ones. But yeah, if we're just talking about seeing them, I mean, most movies that I like are ones that sometimes they do bring them back to theaters from time to time. Like the Studio Ghibli ones they bring back, like the Star Wars ones they bring back. For you, it would be The Godfather. You know what I would say? It's not like a top 100 classic or anything like that. But because again, I go for the experiences that I can only get in the theater that I can't get at home. Not just the big screen, but just like the experience. And so again, if you're familiar with 4DX, that's the one with like the moving seats, the wind fans. They have the sprays for like things like water effects and smell effects and stuff like that. So it's like almost like a ride. But the 4DX for the live action How to Train Your Dragon, although I'm sure if they did it for the animated version, as long as it's 4DX, How to Train Your Dragon in 4DX was like the most amazing movie experience. Like, I've gone to a good number of 4DX movies, good number of like IMAX movies, like action movies and whatever, and like more story-based movies, but the experience of How to Train Your Dragon, especially the test drive scene in 4DX where it feels like you're riding, and not just like smoothly riding, because like when you're watching the movie, like he's like the first time he's taking Toothless out for a fly, it's crazy. Like it's like he doesn't know how to handle like flying and all that stuff, and they're kind of just getting to know each other's I guess flying technique or whatever. But seeing How to Train Your Dragon in 4DX was so fun. Thank you for the hydrate, posture check, and stretch. Next big money saver after Tamagotchi Life is Avengers Doomsday. Oh, that you got like almost all year. Godfather. I wasn't born though when it was released in theater. Are you sure that one hasn't? I'm sure like maybe some theaters have brought it back from time to time. But yeah, no. If I think I've tweeted out to Universal. I'm like, hey, this should be brought back to 4DX theaters once a year, so that we can re-experience it. I need to get more ice. What time is it? It's 10. Do we have a calendar, please? Please, we have a calendar. Yes, we have a new calendar for Faye. All right, let's do this. Let's just let's get out of Imaginarium. Figure out how many pulls I have, and then let's look at the calendar. Because I want to release like basically the entire month worth of streams coming up, so you guys can know what to expect. Why am I talking to Catherine right now? There's no need to. Break its shield without defeating any fissures of hidden depths summoned by the Lord of the Hidden Depths, Whisperer of the Nightmares. I don't remember when I did that, but okay. So we have 5 plus, so 34. So 94. It's 271. Oh, nice. We gained 4 pulls. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because 4 pulls is 640. We almost brought it back up to trend line. Almost. Or 1 below trend line. On the weird one, I like Godfather 1 a little more than I did 2, but they're both great. Then again, I like T1 a little more than I did T2. And for me, it comes down to the story. I love the chicken and egg story plot. Oh, that's fair, yeah. Sorry, ads, no worries. Alright, let's look at the fake counter real quick, chat. Just gonna figure out the next month of Faye streams, and we can slot in Hoyo stuff in between there. Okay. Starting tomorrow, limited hero battle. $14, your time to shine. 15 is Tamara and Fagato. We were just talking about Fagato the other day. 16 pawns of Loki. 18 Tempest Trials. That means we're getting seasonal heroes. 20th Hall Forms. Wait. I'll put that on the wrong one there. Tempest Trials on the 18th, right? Yeah. Oops, what am I typing? Hall of Forms. 21st. Summer Duels S. 22. Forging Bonds. Revival. Wakened Dark. So it's a fallen banner. Oh, we have something on the 21st. Hang on. Grand Hero Battle Revival Fafnir. So 21, 22, and then 25 Hero's Journey. This one's seen for a bit because it's me. Because to me it's mind-boggling. With the Godfather and also wrote Superman and Marlon Brando is in both. I mean, it's not all that super surprising because like back then there weren't as many movie stars. So and then obviously every studio was like, oh, let's get the biggest star for our movie. First time I'm buying a physical game myself. My heart. Oh, congrats! But my first game on Steam and it keeps crashing on me. Have you tried deleting and re-downloading it? Just a fresh re-download. Because sometimes if it maybe got interrupted during the download, sometimes the data might be corrupted, like the packets that get sent over the internet. So maybe just deleting it and then re-downloading it. 28th Bound Hero Battle, Sigurd and Quan. Feels like we're leaving out a member of the trio. 29th, Legendary, Mythic, and Emblem. And then 30th is Voting Gauntlets. June 3rd, Affinity Auto Battles. 5th is Seer Snare. 6th is GHBR. Exilus. No one wants Exilus. See, even Spellcheck doesn't want to put Exilus. Is Exilus a boy or a girl? Or male or female? 6-8, limited hero battle. 6-9 is Binding Worlds. Did we have a new heroes in there? Are we not getting new heroes again? I swear to God. I mean, I know we just got them. Oh wait, no, here it is. So we have new heroes on the 5th, but no Forging Bonds. Son of a, they're doing another CYL banner. But them to both is the son becomes the father, and Marlon Brando plays the father in both. I mean, yeah, I guess. Let's see, my next money saver is Avengers Doomsday. Is it you're gonna see the new Spider-Man at all, or no? If you're a Marvel fan, that one comes first. Okay, so we have new heroes, but not Forging Bond, so it's freaking CYL again. Alright, so many banners. Let's see here. Next one is the Legendary and Mythic Remix 1 and 2 on the 13th. Focus Heroes with Gust on the 16th. Oh, we haven't had that one before. 17th is TT, which means we are getting a trailer on the 16th, which is this Saturday. What's the seasonal? Bridal? Bridal trailer on Saturday. TT on Sunday, and then TT banner, I should say, and then the seasonal banner on Monday. 20th is Hall Forms. Let's see. Oh yes, absolutely. I am seeing the new Spider-Man. Been waiting for that forever. It'll be interesting because it's essentially like a fresh start. It's literally a brand new day. Do we know which comic it's based on yet? Let's see here. 21st Special Revival Moment of Joy. Is that last year's? Because apparently it hasn't rerun before. 22nd, New Heroes Revival, Attuned Tharja and Noir. That's the 22nd, 24th, Special Revival, Bridal Dreams. '26th is New Heroes Return. '28th, Focus, PHB. 29th is LME banner. 31st, Special Revival, Bridal Grace. Alright, anything on the first? Special Revival, Bridal Beloveds. June 2nd, Bridal Belongings. Third Bridal Bloom. Fourth Bridal Blessings. I'm seeing a pattern here. The fifth New Heroes. Which means we're probably getting a trailer on the 3rd. Is this COL 3 harmonics? Have they done COL 2 yet? And then June 6th is New Power. Okay. So with that in mind, let's see if we can figure out calendar. Tomorrow, we said the Genshin photography event is fully unlocked by Tuesday, right? So let's plan on that. That's when Evanescia drops, but we're not planning on pulling for them until special program. As much as I would like to try and pull, because I think we'll be safe, but I mean, again, just to be safe, we want to make sure if Yao Guang's rerunning or not. Because I am well ahead of the trend line, so I should be safe, but we'll see. We'll make a decision once we've had more time to farm. We did ZZZ yesterday. Well, tomorrow we can also plan on doing some, like, weeklies and stuff. Let's do our Fae polls for the week. Let's do Fae Saturday. Because we have the bridal trailer. We could do our summons. Pawns of Loki as well. Rival means. Excuse me. Ugh. And then for those of you who were here when I announced the secret, we'll have to figure out when that's going to be as well. We should try and get back to a weekly schedule, like, you know, this day every week we're doing Genshin, this day every week we're doing, you know, ZZZ and so on and so forth. Especially once Marching Band season starts up. You guys up for bringing back community nights? Should we bring that back every week though? Because a lot of people didn't show up. Or should we do it every other week? But then people are confused as to which week it's community night. So that's the pros and cons there. If you have it every week, it's so often that not everyone shows up anymore because it's like, oh, I can just show up next week, and then no one shows up. Or if we do it every other week, well, then people show up. Oh, is it community night? Oh, sorry, that's next week. Oh man, and then next week they forget. That's what I'm thinking. That's what we're trying to figure out. Do we bring it back weekly or every other week or what? Because if we do it weekly, it's so often that people just decide, oh, I'm not going to come. Or this week I can't come, but that's fine, right? But then everyone else does that, and it's like no one shows up then. Weekly Ring Fit. I'm not probably not streaming. I do need to play Ring Fit again. Get back into shape. Maybe just have you guys have a redeem again for push-ups. I can start doing push-ups on streaming, and I have room again, kind of, sort of. I did used to do Ring Fit Weekly though. Were you here when I used to do Ring Fit Weekly Bowshock or no? Well, a lot of people that were here back then aren't. They aren't even on Twitch anymore. How come in the middle got me in shape? Really? How? Alright, but anyway, I think we'll wrap up the stream. One, because I gotta go to the bathroom. You were okay, nice. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Oh, by listening to the theme song. Life is unfair. This land holds nothing but promise. This land is your land. This land is my land. Guys, wanna go say hi to Tara? I think she's playing Zelda. She's putting in retro. I don't think that game's really retro yet, but Kaizen would argue otherwise. Or Zordon on Doom's playing Mondstadt World Quest. Which one should we go to?
I'd have lost myself long ago.
Let me check what they're playing. They're
They're
playing Ocarina. So we can go to Ocarina. We can go to...
Taming the Beast Within.
You know, I don't think we've raided Terra in a while. Let's go there. I think we raided Zordon and Doom like maybe a few days ago. Ending already. Yeah, short stream today. Only 2.5 hours because we were doing our dailies and then I gotta work on this calendar. So that way you guys know ahead of time, like a month in advance, what we're streaming. But do you need help with anything, Sparkle? Because it's early enough that after I wash up for bed, if you need help with anything in Genshin or any other game, although I think Genshin's the only one that has like true co-op. But if you need help, let me know. I can help you out with something, with exploring or something. But yeah, let's go to Terra. We haven't gone there in a while because Terra doesn't stream as often as she used to. If you're subbed, copy the Hoyo Papayas. If you're not subbed, but you have channel points, if you have a lot of channel points, like Boshak, you have channel points, right? Redeem for the old sub, or redeem for the Hill Monkey, and then you can copy the old summary command. You can help if you want. Okay. Yeah, I won't tell you. Go watch up. I'll help you out. Wait, Violet Faith, welcome in.
Any conflicts around?
Or wait,
I'm in the
Violet
mood for some
Fall, welcome in.
peacemaking.
I think you got Automata there. Genshin has so much grinding. Yeah, there's a lot of grinding in Genshin, yeah. And back, if you subbed, what? Oh, if you're subbed, copy the Hoyo Papaya raid message. So this one here. But now I'm going to attempt Visionary. Okay. Send me a message in the game once you're done with that, so I know you're done with that. But yeah, if you're not subbed, but if you have channel points, you can redeem for the Hilda Bonk emote, and then you can use the old sub raid command. And then if you're not subbed and don't have enough channel points yet, you can use the regular raid command. We're gonna raid our friend Tara, who's playing some Ocarina of Time right now. Because I don't think they've been on as much lately, so we haven't had as many opportunities to raid them. If you haven't followed on social media, follow me here. You can see I got my Twitter, my let's see what else all on this list: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Threads. Oh yeah, Threads is a thing. Summoner Duel. I'm gonna refund you because we have to be playing Faye for that. Or if you want, I can keep it on there. Wait, I don't know if do you play Faye? But I will refund you if not. Refresh. Let me have a good night. Have a good night, guys. Go say hi to Tara if you guys get a chance. She told me yesterday she was gonna give Popeyes a try for the first time. Let's see if she tried the sauces for the first time. And then if you guys haven't done so already, guys, join the Discord too. You can chat with us all off stream as well. I'm not one to talk about Popeyes. Oh, okay. Well, she's playing Ocarina of Time as well, so if you guys are into Zelda. But otherwise, yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow. It sounds like we'll probably be doing one of the Hoyo Games like events. Not Genshin, because that one we're going to wait till Tuesday. But maybe we'll do the Reader Chronicle for ZZZ.
I'm a little out of practice these
Or
days.
yeah, but we'll also do our weeklies and stuff like that and all the other games. Anyway, I'm out, guys. You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Go say hi to Tara. And bye.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree? Everything here is good enough for me. I better get me some alpacas. Once they've hauled everything over to Snezhnaya, make a little extra by selling their wool. This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life.
Error.
Wouldn't you agree? I better get me some alpacas. Once they hauled everything over to Snezhnaya, take a little extra myself.
I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the
This land
abyss.
holds nothing but promise for
Surviving is
adventurers from
tough.
all walks of life.
Taming the
Wouldn't
beast
you agree?
within is tougher.